Happy Father's Day, beautiful people, and welcome into the Miss Best Reviews channel. Let's also welcome our regular co-host from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel, where you shall all be seeing the link in the description so you can subscribe to him as well. Hi, James.
Hello, thank you for having me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mrs. Best channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so that way she can get the algorithm going. We can get the channels monetized. Y'all, we work hard for this, so if you want to make sure y'all show us some love now.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys, also in the description of this video, we have the link to Shana MCD, her channel. Please click the link, subscribe to both of her channels. She's another Black creator that's helped myself and James out a lot. YouTube we don't always get paid on YouTube. Even if you see thousands of views, thousands of subscribers, it doesn't always go that way. So we do hope that Shane is able to succeed in that again. But we are here for Never Ever Met. This was the finale episode titled So Many Different Plot Twists. Oh, Shana is here. Now y'all can see her page and see that she real. So go subscribe, damn it. Welcome in, Shana. Good evening. I'm late as hell. And I'm glad that James is here with me late as hell, because I had no clue how to schedule in this live, child. No time. She said I came right on time. You do. We always put the link in the description of videos that you cover as well. We support anybody Black. We just do. How it should go. But we're gonna go over this foolish episode, y'all. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to begin. These people get on my nerves. This was like, okay, so I'm annoyed with OWN, but I'm happy with OWN because they're seeing that people like this show. We're going to get a doggone reunion, but I'm annoyed because it ended the way we kind of expected, with many of the couples not working, and we're going to get into it. She said it's almost 1 a.m. on the East Coast, but I'm up with y'all. Girl, I hope you don't got to work, or if you do work, I hope you work from home. Go to bed. Why? I'm like, Shana, go to bed. I love that
She always be up this late. I be watching her channel. I be at work watching her. She be
do be
doing her videos at like it be like 11 o'clock my time. I'm on my computer and I'm seeing Shana live. I'm like, oh, Shana live. Let me go ahead and watch. And I can't.
If I send her memes though, she do be responding and laughing, and I just be thinking, oh, it's 10:30 at night my time. Shana be up. I need to go on vacation with her and go out and have a time because she be up. Mm-hmm. Welcome in, Miss AKA. Welcome in. Glad to see you here. Oh, you got a procedure at 6 a.m. That's
I'll
love.
Be wishing you the best and definitely well. My prayers, my love.
Oh Lord, she say I don't always be up, but I do be up late. You do be up late sometimes.
I'm gonna say yes, you do, Shana, because ain't nothing wrong with it because you keep me entertained.
She said I used to get up about 2 a.m. no matter what. I'm retired. Oh, I'm so far until retirement. I mean, that's amazing.
I don't think I'll retire from everything that I'm doing, but naturally, I can't wait to say I'm retired from definitely working the 9 to 5. Hopefully, that's in within the next couple of years. I actually start something and I don't need to go back to a regular job.
Man, I can't wait. That's a wonderful thing, though. Anybody able to retire, that's a blessing. I hope you enjoy every day of it, Miss AKA. I really do. Y'all, this episode irked us, though. The people got 2 days left in this house. They're all discussing who they think gonna lead together, and I was pissed off with Jay again. Jay gonna have the audacity to say she don't think nobody leaving together but her and Cinco. I said, but damn, the way she said it was like, are you competing to be like the best couple, or is it really just that good? I don't know.
That sex got to be amazing because to me, like she won't shut up about it, and it was like, okay, y'all don't show chemistry in any other way than the other couples, so I don't understand what makes y'all so special.
I could tell, like they seem like cool friends. So I do see the chemistry, but I don't think it's so deep that she needs to be doing all of this. I feel like there are cracks in the relationship. I feel like Jay and Cinco are smart enough to keep it away. But I also agree with Miss AKA's comment. They act like they best friends, and
that's why I don't see the chemistry because I see the
probably what I'm sensing.
Yeah,
but I don't like her competitiveness. They both don't seem to agree on nothing, but they seem like they'd be cool friends, to sleep with here and there, I
How
guess.
is she supposed to be like? She wants to be the person that makes all of the decisions. She wants to be the alpha in the relationship. That's what she gives me. And she gave that energy from day one. Remember, she was the one that set up the date instead of it being Kim. So,
Yeah,
yeah, it was
that's
one of
pretty
those
good.
where she just wants to be the alpha in the relationship. And there's nothing wrong with that per se. But at the same time, what makes it better is when you both can show up in that way.
Yeah,
So,
that was sweet. That was actually true, but sweet. Let me see. There's no cash prize at the end of it. Jay think there is. Hell, she said to get her check, she got to act like she's so in love. I don't understand
mhm.
it. She would think there was. Miss AKA says, I think Jay called the one girl Alexis Shamar online. I cannot see. Don't say that. I don't know why she kept laughing at this AKA. Whew. I don't know why she cares about winning, but she is competitive. You can tell. Nobody is surprised. None of us. We are all flawed to some extent.
Yep.
All of us. Lord help us. I can't unsee it. That's the problem. I was stuck. Oh, Brandon and Kiki go on a date. Y'all know I don't like this bitch. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I don't. I'm tired. I'm not gonna hold my tongue. Um, Brandon says if Kiki can show him that she cares about him, then they may work. She's already shown you that she don't care just by the way. It wasn't her having the secret that showed that she didn't care. It was how she handled it once he found out. It was like he wasn't allowed to have any upset about it, and she expected him to have also messed up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I didn't like that, but this heifer takes him to Dave and Buster's. And I was cracking up because he's like, we driving past the Rams Stadium and all these places. I thought she'd take me to for sorry just to end up at Dave and Buster's. It's cheaper for her to drink at Dave and Buster's, Brandon. See? It's cheaper for her to drink. I don't give a damn when nobody says Kiki got a drinking problem. And if she doesn't, then she's at the very least an unhealthy binge drinker that's teetering on the line of alcoholism. And she said herself to that doctor and therapist that it's because her mom has passed away and she's struggling, she's grieving. But we know that girl just wanted to drink because that's what you do at Dave and Buster's. Ain't nobody there for the food for real. I'm just saying. Um,
Definitely not.
but she definitely says that Brandon has been crying about the situation. And I'm just like, girl, why are you this way? Irked me. Um, James, do you have anything you want to add about Kiki and Brandon's date?
No, because to me, I just feel like you said, Dave and Buster's is a quick way for her to get a nice little cocktail and appease him because he acts childish at times. So
Mm,
I think that this was a great thing for them. Like you, I don't like her either. I think that to me, she has a million and one excuses but no action plan. So
preach.
I don't feel like there's any joyous with them. So we can move on.
Mm, I agree. Let me get the comments before we move to the next date. I'm gonna go over all the dates in one instead of breaking it up like the episode, y'all, because it's just easier for me. Miss AKA, you did not break up the show. I love to laugh. Thank you for it, and it woke me up. Kiki irritates me as well, and James, and herself, and Brandon, and the cast, and the therapist. She irritates everybody. She's not accountable, and she's mean. I think separate from her grief and the alcohol, I just don't think she that nice. But that's just me. Ms. AKA says, I'm convinced that this is everyone's introduction into reality TV. Nobody likes each other. True. Can't take Brandon serious. Every time I see him, I think, welcome to Good Burger. Can I take your order? Some Good Burger.
Okay, Miss AK, you on time out now.
Good now. Welcome to the Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. And
I
I'm
can
just
watch that
looking at
movie
him.
tonight before I go to sleep. That's my movie.
I love that movie. I love that movie. Now I want to watch Good Burger. See what you did, but his braids did look like that. He just needed the hat. Um No, you don't have to put your phone down because that's exactly what the braids look like. Between his hair looked better than Kiki's, so I'm gonna need her to figure out this wig. But Moving on, y'all. Charlie plans a date for her and Jared, which irked me. She says my son is 30. That was his favorite movie. I love that. I think anybody between 30 and up, we gonna love that movie. My little brother was born in 2001 and doesn't know that movie. And I was like, oh damn, my God, my God. He's also 10 years younger than me. I'm like, how did we miss that for you? I don't know. Anywho, Charlie plans a date for Jared outside. I'm like, girl, you don't like being outside? What kind of person are you, you fucking vampire? But she goes outside to do something else for this man, even though he needs to be doing something for her. And they have this great view and a little picnic, and they have a talk. And she said something that concerned me when talking at the very beginning. Uh, Shana said her son is 13 and knows that movie verbatim. I don't know. I have no clue, because I'm not gonna lie, I left the house as soon as I could. Okay, I was running as soon as I could. I don't know how he hasn't seen that movie. I don't know. I don't know. My mom was always saying, "You always play ignorant shit around them," because I may have let my younger siblings see Friday a few times. I probably shouldn't have done that, so I got in some trouble because they was at daycare quoting things they shouldn't have quoted. But on this date, Charlie said something that concerned me, and it was that she didn't know when her and Jared initially started talking how to get him to take her seriously. And James, is that not a red flag? Like, y'all should have never continued if from the very beginning you could not figure out how to get this man to take you seriously. It's almost like she chased him. I don't know if anybody else got that energy, but I did.
No, we all got that energy, and that's exactly what it is. She chased him. And see, and this is how I know this was some bullshit for him. Because Charlie, in your face, this man is telling you in a million and one ways that he don't want to be with you, he do not like you. You was just something that he could text while his other girl sitting on the other side of the sofa.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just saying, y'all cannot tell me this man ain't got somebody at home. That's why he's giving her this cold shoulder.
Yep.
Because
I mean, he's gross. The way he moves is just he's too old to be moving this way. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. He tells Charlie though, James. I know James gonna have a lot to say here because Jared tells Charlie that she is his best friend, and she immediately says, "Damn, I feel friend zone." And I'm looking like, okay, duh. Ain't no man just talking about my husband ain't never said to me once, not before we was together, while we was together, or in the marriage, like, yeah, you just like my best friend. Like, it may come up as like something I am if he talking to someone
let me
about
explain
me,
something
but
to y'all.
that's not the
Go
first
ahead.
thing. Like, that's crazy to me to say that. But she tells Jared after hearing that he sees her as a best friend and she wants him as her man. I say, you dumb broad. And she wants to know his true thoughts. So Jared tells her that it may not be realistic for the two of them to be together. He brings up reasons that have existed prior, such as kids and things like that. But he says they could stay friends who sleep with each other from time to time. And I felt I wanted to reach through the TV and tell her because she says to him, "Stop friend zoning me." I said, "Why are you telling him to stop friend zoning you?"
Why are
I
you
don't
saying
get
anything
it.
to him at all? Is the question.
Stop. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you asking him to do that? Just be done with the boy. And she's upset because she says she has sex with him. But baby, you had sex with 4 other men and had babies by all of those men and only told him about one of the kids. I'm not trying to. The thing of it is, Charlie's wrong, but Jared's also wrong. But even though Charlie is wrong, like, please, sis, stop trying to beg and chase and find reasons to have him want you when he keeps telling you he don't want you. The fact that she even is hoping for anything after finding out that he was lying and we had a plan of just sleeping with her till the end, like, I can't. He finally kept it real with her, and at this point, she's dumb to do anything forward. And Alexis gave her the best advice. She told her, you need to fall in love with yourself first, and the rest will come. But Charlie irked me. She made my teeth itch in that scene. How'd you feel, James? She irks my soul.
To me, it was so pathetic that I literally walked out of the room. I literally walked out of the room and forgot I was watching this damn show and had to come back and rewatch it again, only to be irritated with her a second time. Because I feel like your self-esteem should not be that damn low to where you would accept a man telling you that you his best friend and that he wants you to sleep together from time to time. Does that sound like that's the man that's available? Like, what were you thinking? Like, what in your mind told you, oh, yeah, this is a man, I'm going to give him a second chance and everything to do right? What told you when he told you flat out he don't want to be with you? When they asked him, which was, I think, the third day they were in the house, if you wanted to be with them, he said, fuck no. Not just a regular no, but a fuck no. So you have had a whole bunch of instances where this man has told you he does not want to be with you, and you still insisting for him to be with you. It is crazy.
It's baffling.
Like,
It's
it is
sickening.
crazy to me that you have this mindset, ma'am, and you make more money than he does. I want to know what she does for a living. I need somebody to pull that up.
I
Anybody
want to
know
know
this
as
lady's money?
well.
I need to know what she does for a living. Because there's no way she's walking around this earth being this stupid and this naive for some man who don't even bring it half of what she brings to the table.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It irked my soul because even though Charlie is wrong, and we've been very vocal about that on this channel, like we don't like how she moves, she's wrong, it's foul. And what do you expect when you lie to people about something as big as kids? You put yourself in a space to not get respect. But at the same time, please, sis, don't beg this man. But what can we do? Let me catch the comments. Shana said, yeah, everybody knows she chased him. Yep, that's the truth. Miss AKA, beautiful, beautiful. I'll be married 24 years in September. I have never heard that referring to she being her man friend. And if I did, we wouldn't be together. And in that order, I'm married as well. My husband actually probably is one of my best friends, but our friendship is nothing like my regular friendships, like with someone like James or something. Like it's
Right. Like,
different.
I don't
That's
think
why
I
you
want to hear
refer to
that
them
either.
as that's why you refer to them as your partner or something else other than just a friend. So it's weird.
I've not heard that either. I'm not married yet, but I've not heard that either. I don't want to hear that. That's not what we are. We are a couple. We are two people that are trying to make one little marriage happen.
That's
And
right.
then and the thing about it is, I haven't heard it, and I'm marrying another guy. So there's no way he could tell me that. No way.
Crazy, crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. Miss AKA said Charlie be acting like she trying to spell ABCs 1, 2, 3 shapes and colors. I would have walked out too. I can't blame you. It was hard to watch,
No, it
James.
was hard to watch that because that made me look at her even worse than how I looked at her episode 1. It was like, man, how pathetic. As soon as that man told me he didn't want to be with me, I would have left.
Yep.
I would have been gone. Like, there's no way you finna play with me on national TV where people can see.
Who's surprised at this? I'm sure Shana's
I'm not
right.
surprised at this at all.
I'm not surprised. I
What
kind
does
of
she do on
sensed it.
OnlyFans is what I really want to know. Now I want to know what she does.
My thing is, we know that what she does based on body statue and all of that, I'm sure she's doing something. She may not be doing nothing as bad as people would think, but I feel like what she does probably has a part of something to do with his decision. How else can you make that much money? Like, what is your career, lady? But it doesn't surprise me, and it kind of came across the back of my mind, and I felt like that might have been the reason why she lied about the kids as well. She may
I
not have
feel
wanted to say it,
like,
but I feel that
see,
way.
I thought she was in like real estate or something.
Mm-mm. She
Or
don't give me
maybe.
somebody who has the personality to do that, if that makes sense.
Yes, she do. No, she do. She consistent for falling for bullshit. So yes, no, she does.
Oh Lord.
No,
I,
she
I mean, just
absolutely
in
does.
her
She's persistent. Let
stupidity.
me tell y'all, she's persistent enough. The man said no. 100 times, and she's still persistent to try to make this work. That is a real estate agent.
I also kind of feel like that could also just be low self-esteem.
It is.
Yeah, but I
No, I'm not
can't
saying it's
see
not, but I'm
her.
just saying it wouldn't surprise me if that's what she did. That's because that's the only thing I could think of where she would actually make more money than he does.
OnlyFans pays pretty well for people who are like nobodies. She said it was hard for her to watch too. It was pathetic. It was. It's like, come on. And she does need to love herself. I was glad Alexis told her that, because if she loved herself a little more, she wouldn't be in the situation she's in with the children. And I'm not saying that children aren't a blessing, but like the way that she's making them, it seems kind of reckless, keeping their existence a secret from people. Most women are proud to be moms, you know, especially if you're a single mom, Charlie, you're doing it by yourself. Like, that's not something to hide. Let that be known. It's something to be respected. So it's,
Maybe she's not a single mom.
we would, that's the thing. We don't really know shit
Yeah,
either.
we
I
don't
need
know nothing
more.
about their life. Maybe she's not a single mom.
And I'm
Maybe she
hoping
got
that
one of
the
them toxic
reunion,
ass relationships where they break up every 2 seconds and get back together.
a mess. I don't know. She said she didn't read Real Estate Agent to me either. You have to be intelligent to do that, and she doesn't give me someone who's intelligent in that way.
She think I know. No, she
But I
read.
can see her in sales of some sort. But
I was gonna say no. She just ain't got no common sense. She looks book smart. She just ain't got no common sense. That's all.
Lord help us. He said no, and she never convinced him to say no. That's the truth. She has a nice size following on her IG. See, I never look into the celebrities. I just give my little opinion on the show. I rely on Shana and James for that. Okay. They are great at it. I get all the tea. Andy and Rex.
I'm gonna have to go. She ain't blocked me yet. I'm gonna go on her channel and
Not if she blocked me. She
because
gonna have to block
y'all
the
the only
world.
people be watching us though. The only people be watching us, so she
They
might have
do.
blocked me. Hell.
They do. They actually do. Lord
Mm-hmm.
help us. She said, I need to know how to find these people on IG. Right, Miss AKA. I'm Mrs. Best or Mrs. B3ST reviews, whichever, or they both be. Please, y'all send me some tea. I want to know. Hell, I want to know what's going on. I don't be knowing all the time. I be finding old posts. The newborn was with grandma. She's a single mom. Yeah, I did peep that. I did peep that. But she's a mess. She's a mess, y'all. Let's keep it moving forward. Because we all agree on Charlie. But the group has a final dinner their last night before leaving. And it comes up that Alexis and Chris are the only people in the house who have not been intimate. They've not been to the boom boom room. They've not done anything. And he immediately is like, I'm not going for that. That man is hiding something. Every episode, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Every episode, I feel like he may be in question about what he likes in terms of his sexuality, or I feel like he really does need to address the trauma that's making him feel the need to choose a woman that's so much his senior. Whatever it is, I never seen a man run from the pussy so much. I'ma just keep it a buck. Y'all
To
can listen. I'm
me,
sorry to use that word.
it makes me wonder if he had been essayed.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what I'm looking at. At first, I wanted to think that way. But then when he mentioned the whole controlling thing and how he's had, what was it, 6 or 7 step parents between his mom and his dad. So it kind of made me feel like, okay, I could see how that's traumatizing. But then when you think about with the construct of what that really is, because a lot of the times it be the ones that your parents get in new relationships with that end up doing that. So then I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna put that back on the table for him. I really think that that's what it is. I think he was S8. I think he's not dealing with his issues. And
Yeah,
then
he seemed almost fearful of it. And I'm like, is something going on? But it's definitely something internal. I hope that he figures it out, because I don't really have much bad to say about Chris compared to some other people.
no, I don't have. I just think he's just troubled in his spirit, and I think
Yes.
he can benefit from some really intense counseling. Maybe enroll himself into a facility care for a couple of weeks so he can really work that out. Because I feel like that takes a huge control over his life where it shouldn't.
Mhm. I agree. Y'all cutting up in the comments.
They are. I'm reading them now.
She's Miss AKA's laughing. She said DMV. Right, right, right. She talks to a lot of own reality people. Her IG is not easy to find relating to Charlie. Shana says her own people told her that calling them celebrities is being generous, not the own celebrities. You know, the own network is still, we have to remember it's also still a newer network. So I think you're just gonna have less following than you would anywhere else on any show on this network, really. But yeah, I do think calling them celebrities is a stretch. The stuff that they're famous for, especially with like this season of Never Ever Mets, some of these people need to go hide in a rock, and Kiki needs to go to a detox center or something. And I'm not saying that to be shady. Like, it was clear the way she drank that it wasn't the healthiest way. So I do hope that she figured that out. But yeah, these people, we can't call them celebrities. We can't. Now, every episode of this season, the group played games at the dinner table or after dinner, and it was a problem. This game was problematic. Two questions to me. I'm not going to focus on all of them that were red flags. They asked the group who's willing to share passwords or believes in sharing passwords with their partner. Pretty much no one was willing to share. I said, all you niggas got something to hide. I said it. Because I know the password to my husband's phone. He knows the password to my phone.
Same.
We're not a location sharing couple. He does have my location because I do work in the Tenderloin neighborhood of San Francisco. It is highly unsafe. So he needs to know where I'm at. I also carry pepper spray and a taser. I have to, and I've had to use them often. So that's fine. But like, sharing passwords should not be a big deal.
It's not. It's not a big deal at all. It's like if you have nothing to hide, then it's not a big deal. Jill has my password. He's always on my phone. He's on my phone more than I am because he's always wanting to use my camera or video something. So yes, he has my password. I have his. I don't look through his phone because it's not my business. He don't look through mine because it ain't his business. We don't, because at the end of the day, neither one of us have anything to hide.
That's
It's
the
only
thing
when
that's important too. I think people equate, like, if I share my password, that means someone's going through my phone. I've not gone through my husband's phone in years, because I'm not gonna lie and tell y'all I ain't done it before. I have, but I have not gone through that
no.
man's phone in years.
Any
So
I
it
could
doesn't.
proudly say I've never went through anyone's phone that I've been with. Not one time.
That is good. I think it's about respecting, but a lot of people want the password for those toxic things. But I'm like Mrs. AKA, my husband and I both have the same passwords on our phone. When I tell you with the laptop, the passwords we use at work, we actually need to not do that because it's probably not safe. But and some people are like Shana. Shana said, "I'm not sharing shit." I don't blame you.
I
I
don't
think it
begrudge
also
people who
depends on
don't
the
share their
situation.
passwords because that is your own privacy. But people have to understand that is private. It is a
She got
private thing.
kids too. If
Yeah.
you go and date somebody and you got some kids, and let's say their information's in the phone, But I don't feel like you need your spouse's password.
I just don't have any desire to do that. To me, and I think that that's kind of like when people question me about that, I'm like, no, I've never had a desire to go through someone's phone. I don't care that much. Like I don't look at the phone when they have it in front of me. I don't pay attention to anything. Literally, I'm just like, okay, and it was funny because I had went on a double date years ago with one of my girlfriends. She was dating one of my friends from college, and she was, and I was sitting next to him, and I don't know, I was on a date with some girl. I don't remember who she was, but I remember she said, "James, make sure you look at that password, see what that password is." And this is, remind you, this was the second date. I said, "Wait, what?" She goes, "Hey, when he go back on that phone, look at that password, see what it is." And it was back when, I don't know if they still have them, but you know the little patterns on Androids. He had
Yeah.
one of them. He had a pattern, and I couldn't tell what it
Oh,
was.
the
So
James
I
was like,
was
oh
like, "I'm
shit.
so sorry. It ain't happening, friend. I'm so sorry."
Oh Lord, I'm trying to tell you, but every person is different. Everyone has different reasons. Shada says, I was telling my friend my personal business and her boyfriend was all in the messages. It's not even just for the privacy, but for the privacy of others. I don't like that. I've actually have a mutual friend of James who used to be like doing that, showing me stuff. And I had to tell her once, like, I don't want to see this. Like, I do not need to see this. I think that people, and I get why a lot of people say they don't want to share passwords, because this is like the biggest point that to me would be the clearest. Like, it's not always just about you, it's about other people, and we should have that respect. Like, so if you do have a password, don't abuse it. Because if you don't abuse it, you won't lose it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Uh, but Shana said you don't have to go through phones. The truth always comes out. Preach. What goes on in the dark, God will always bring to the light, y'all. And that's the truth. That is the truth. That is the honest to God truth. But I'm not surprised nobody in this group. I feel like anybody in the group, when they ask that question at the dinner table on the show, they probably don't want to share passwords, because I think they all have something to hide from each other. All of them. Not surprised. Right. You could be nosy, but not that damn nosy. Like, it's just the way it is. But they ask another question, which was problematic at this table playing this game. They ask if everybody there believes in monogamy. And of course, Jared says no. He tried to switch it up. So to be monogamous is to be with one. So he made it seem like it's not something he wants to do. And I felt like he kind of tried to embarrass her and said too much with his answer personally. He says he doesn't believe in forever with any one person. He says that while he's with a person, though, he'll stay faithful, but like he doesn't believe in forever with that person. He just believes in being with people till he gets sick of them or they get sick of him. And I'm like, okay, to a certain extent, yes, that's dating. And I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to manipulate and gaslight the audience, the table, and everybody, but he's also trying to send Charlie a clear message that he not the one for her and he don't want her. But bro, a piece of that is dating. But another piece of that is if you know that's your outlook on dating and relationships, and you know that the women you're dating do not share that same perspective, then you need to share it at the beginning and give them the right to choose whether they want to continue on with you. Because you're basically saying you're going to get sick of a bitch, but you're going to stay around and fuck on her and all of that until you get tired of her. And apparently you always get tired of her before she gets tired of you. So that irritated me. And I'm looking at Charlie and I'm like, girl, you still got something to think about? And then he had the audacity to say he's never cheated on anybody.
I don't believe you.
Like,
I don't believe you, sir.
What?
I don't believe that. To me, when men say this, let me be clear with y'all, because I don't want y'all coming for me, but I'm just going to be honest, because that's who I am, and I don't care who don't like it. When men say things like that, I don't think they like women. I don't think they like women at all. If your overall objective is to be in a relationship, but then you say clearly out your mouth that you get sick of people very quickly and that you don't think that you could be with somebody forever, and you make it a habit to say other little sly comments about how you were married, but you got tired of being a good husband, so you left the relationship. So it's kind of, to me, I don't think when men say things like that, those are trigger words. Like when Martell Holt used to say, "You weren't satisfying me." Though the word "satisfying" is a very deep-rooted word to use when you're explaining someone's, sexual desires and experiences. So when men say things like that, I don't think they like women. I just don't think they're coming to terms with what they like, but I don't think they like women, because that shouldn't be, the answer shouldn't be so severely morally corrupted. Like, they should be like, okay, well, if it doesn't work out, fine. But the fact that you blatantly said things like that, I don't think you like women, sir. I just don't. Because that's too much.
Yeah, I agree. We gonna just move it forward. She stressed me out, James, so bad.
She stressed me out because she still, even with him saying that, she still is trying to hold on to hope.
It got to a point where it was pathetic.
Yeah, it was. No, this was beyond pathetic at this point, because it's like, This man is continuously telling you he don't want you, and you still is trying to make it seem like he's saying a different answer. Like he's not. And the thing about it is, when it comes to Jared, he's not beating around the bush about it. He is saying directly to her, I do not want you, but I want to be on this TV show. So I got to use you to be on this TV show.
Yep.
That's what he's saying. And she's so damn stupid. It's like, like I can't help her. I'm sorry, I can't help her.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody can at that point. That's sad. That's sad. But we're gonna come back in a moment to them. So Alexis calls Chris to the boom boom room. She's bothered they didn't make it to the boom boom room. He says to her he gonna make the best decision, but also still says he doesn't know the choice he's gonna make. Um Now this couple kind of does give me like friends. I can't really see them being in a relationship. I do feel like Alexis, at first she was annoying and she was overly aggressive, but it does seem like it's important to her to have a relationship because she was in some ways very receptive to all of the critiques and feedbacks he gave. But I feel like there's too much critiquing of Alexis that's happened in this relationship and not enough critiquing of Chris, if that makes sense. And I am a little concerned that she's so quick to comply. He has to remind her constantly he doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't know if he's going to choose her. He's still figuring it out. Hasn't taken her to the boom boom room, is barely affectionate. Like, it just seems like he'll throw fits until she gives in to give him what he wants. And I don't think that's right. Like, she's aggressive, but she's not as bad as that other chick last season with the faux locks. Like, she wants to do better, it seems. So I don't know. I was annoyed with her and Chris. How about you, James? How'd you feel?
Mm, I don't know how to really process them. Mainly her, because I feel like she is going to be who she is. So it's hard for me to really kind of intertwine what that really looks like for them as a couple.
Mm,
Because we have already expressed what we think about Chris and what he needs to do. But when it comes to her, I think because of her life experiences and she's also so much older, that I kind of feel like this is going to be a tough road for them anyway.
yeah.
So they're better off apart than they are together. I really do think that.
Yeah. I agree with this comment here, Shayna. I think James said this earlier as well. Related to Chris, I think he has a disdain for women for sure. He may not be sexually attracted to men, but he probably does not like women. And James had alluded that he probably dealt with some SA, and that's actually a common um, behavior.
Or are you talking
Men,
about Jared? Are you talking about? Is she talking about Jared or is she talking about Chris? Shayna, who are you talking about?
I
Because
would assume Chris, because that's who we're discussing.
I think she, yeah, but I don't think that comment is meant for Chris though.
I mean, he has a disdain. Please clarify.
Yeah,
Shayna.
clarify because for some reason I don't think because as I said I know we're talking about Chris, but for some reason I feel like she's talking about Jared.
It
But if
could
you're
be.
talking about
I
Chris, my
get
bad.
these comments late, but
Yeah,
please clarify, Shayna. If it's about Chris, I definitely agree with it. But at the same time, if it's about Jared, I would also agree with it as
no, I
well.
don't agree. With Jared, I don't agree with that.
I
But
don't
with
think he
Chris,
like women like that. I
I
just
don't think he
don't.
does. I think the problem is that he's our age, so he grew up in a time where that was frowned upon, and and the toxic men in your life told you need to keep circling through women until you find the right one. That's kind of what that is, and I feel like he took heed to that because he's from the South. That's where that came from. Yeah, I knew she was talking about Jared because there's no way she was talking about Chris.
Oh, you said that where we are. Chris may be too. I don't know. Chris gives me. I can't tell.
I
Like
don't
some
think he's on
moments
the
with
low. I
Chris.
think he literally is looking for his mama, and he keeps attracting that in women. I really do think Alexis represents his mom.
Ah, yeah. I don't think Jared is gay, but Chris, I definitely do feel like there's
That's because it
something.
looks different these days. Y'all have to understand. I know what I'm looking at. And
I
as I
think
said,
when she makes like if this comment applies to Jared, it does make a lot of sense. There are a lot of men who are like this and behave like like he does. Uh, but with Chris, it could also kind of apply, but I've said several times I question this man's sexuality, or it seems like there's something he's hiding, especially like he avoids the boom boom room. Most men would run at the chance to get some coochie. Like he's like running from it. So I don't know. These men are weird. But then some men who are hiding in the closet also
I
will
want y'all to go
have
back and
sex
watch
with a bunch of women.
their interaction with each other. Go back and watch Chris and Jared's interaction with each other. Y'all will see they're more alike than they are separate, and then pull up the context of what we're talking about here. I think these two are one and the same. And if y'all are alluding the same thing about Chris being on the low, I think Jared is too. And I think they recognize it in each other. That's why they had the biggest camaraderie in the house with each other outside of the other men.
My husband is in the background, not my husband chiming in, talking about it could be a religious thing because he have seen men like that.
Yeah, they hide behind it.
He said
Absolutely,
it
they
could
do.
be anything. We could just all be entirely off. But I guess we could all
No,
agree that he is hiding something. There's something about him that he's not showing or discussing and is off. But he don't seem attracted to Alexis at all. So I'm kind of he just doesn't. I never got that from him. Shana says Chris is an actor. I can't even trust everything he's saying. I talked to a lot of people who are on own shows. The rumors are out there about Chris, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, something about him is disingenuous as hell and it's off. Um,
the only
but
reason
he,
why I don't, because here's the thing. The only reason why I don't really suspect that from him is because Alexis would have called it out. Because she doesn't care about embarrassing him on TV. So I feel like that's not it. And let me explain why. I feel like she would call it out. She would have seen something because to me, she hasn't been far off wrong. She's just her approaches are wrong when it comes to him.
let me see. Shana said, I think Jared thinks women are only good for one thing. Yep, I agree with this and doesn't see the value in them. But I don't think he's sexually attracted to men. I feel the exact same way. It's very hard
No.
for me to feel like he may be sexually attracted to men. But then again, I'm not a gay man. They sometimes see things that we
But here's
don't
the
see.
thing: I'm not somebody who looks at sexuality as psychological. I look at it scientifically. Scientifically, your body is not attracted to any gender. So naturally, I think anybody can do anything. So when I say it, I'm not coming from a psychological standpoint. I'm coming from a scientific standpoint. And from our biology, it could easily happen with Jared or any other man here. I know I think differently and I acknowledge that, but I'm not saying psychologically because I don't think psychologically he is attracted to men either. I don't think that at all. But scientifically, I think he would be better with men because of how he psychologically treats women. The two go hand in hand. I'm just saying. And that's how I think I'm different with it. I know, but because my sexuality is scientific, it is not psychological. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Well, I think they're every
I'm gonna write the book.
psychologist
I'm
will
gonna write the
probably
book on it, you guys. I know I'm
disagree.
confusing everybody in the world, but I'll write the book on it.
Please do. She said it's been called out after the fact regarding Chris. I'll just leave it there because it may not be true. Oh yeah. With Chris, there's something, but he's been very careful to like not show too much. Um, I don't know, but I definitely just don't think this man is attracted to Alexis.
I
But I
need
don't mind Alexis. I
I
didn't
need
like her
Ian to fix my
first.
life to come back and do a special on Chris because
Put
I
her
feel like
on.
yeah, bring Iyanla back because we need or bring Iyanla on this show. I know she don't want to come back to do her own show,
That
but let her
lady
be a
is
special guest.
old. We need somebody to step into her footsteps. Let Iyanla retire.
We
We
need
need somebody to
somebody,
fix things
please. I
up.
know because these people need help. They do, all of them.
They need the help. Um, so we get to the final day, y'all, and Kiki and Brandon talk before they make a decision. Brandon um does decide that he has his decision. He pulls Kiki aside and tells her that it would be best for them to separate. I respected the way he told her. He could have done the most. Um, she explains as soon as he explains that they, don't need to be together. She explains that she was disappointed and she felt like she said she was disappointed when she met him with how he was and his personality. And then she also felt like she had to walk on eggshells around him. And she said she doesn't want to be with him because it means that she would have to dance around his trigger. I said, bitch, little do you know, you are his trigger, quite literally. Now, I understand. And also, that's cruel. If you love somebody, I'm not saying you have to dance around their triggers, but you should at the very least be willing or have hope that they can work towards overcoming those triggers or work towards, finding a way to control them. Like, support your spouse's mental health. I think that's so important. And Kiki doesn't seem willing to do that because she drank her problems away. Let's keep it a buck. So it seemed like she also tried to tear him down when he dumped her, and he was like, it's okay, Kiki. It doesn't, sometimes it just doesn't work, and that's okay. And she just seemed very negative about it. But I will say this, I was cracking up because he was so happy to leave. She said at the end, after they did their gave their goodbyes and pleasantries and all that foolish stuff, she said, outside, you not gonna give me a hug or say bye? I hollered. Me and my husband had a whole chuckle with this fool. He said, huh? He said, oh, he put his hand up with a smile. Adios. Said, damn, couldn't come give her a hug or nothing. The group was inside like he didn't carry her bags. He was so happy to not be with her. But honestly, he had a right to feel that way. Kiki, it's one thing to lie about what you lied about, but to have no empathy when telling the truth, and then also to expect somebody to be like, well, he must have did something too. It's like, it's not about that right now. It's about your mistake. So I don't blame him. I don't like this heifer. I hope she dates nobody and goes straight to therapy. That's the best thing for her. But James, how'd you feel about Brandon and Kiki's ending?
It ended exactly how I thought it would. Because she knew she was playing from day one, so it was just, and I don't think he was serious about her either. But
Yeah,
at
I
the
know
same time,
either.
we not
It's just
focused
a
on.
fetish.
Yeah, I think, and you need to get help for that, sir. You really do, because if you really not finna be, and I think maybe if she were different, maybe he would be with her. But people who have fetishes like that, like y'all really need to get help with that to make sure it's healthy and it's not doing something because you don't have any other urges. Like you need to make sure that this is a healthy fetish.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't It's not healthy for her and it's not healthy for him.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
not.
just the honest to God truth. I think Kiki has a lot she needs to address to better herself mentally. She really, you could tell she's grieving, but she also just doesn't seem that nice. And there's something that's doing that. Then there's the drinking, but we'll see what happens with them at the reunion. Chris and Alexis talk next. But before we get into it, let me get the comments. Miss AKA says she's not with the foolala. uh, Shayna, Iyanla never fixed anyone's life. She
Yes,
didn't.
she has.
Ooh, half of these people is still doing the same things.
Because here's the thing. The show concept, the show's title is Iyanla Fix My Life. She gives you the tools to do so. Now, if you don't follow up with it, she can't help that after the fact. She just gives you the tools necessary to do so. And a lot of the things that she does, like I've read her book, so I can truly say that she has definitely made me see things in a different perspective that I probably would not have seen had I not started reading her books. But no, she has. I think she does a good job with giving people resources and tools. It's up to you to use them, kind of like therapy. Therapy, they can give you the tools and traits to do things, but it's up to you to do your homework and do your work and, extend them, especially if they make sense.
Ayala writes better books than she does at fixing people's life. I think
Hmm.
I encourage everybody to go look up her credentials
Yeah,
at
because
fixing
her books
people's
are really
lives.
good. Trust is
No, no,
probably
no.
my
I'm not
favorite book.
talking about the books, but in terms of her being qualified to be fixing people's lives in person to support this statement, she's actually not qualified to be doing so. She's intelligent, she's educated, yes, but I definitely think her books are 50 times better and probably have lasting effect on people's lives positively more so than the show, especially when she was trying to help celebrities who were too far gone, in my opinion. Just saying. But moving forward, y'all, it was Chris and Alexis who talked next, and I was annoyed because he decided he was gonna leave with her. She agreed. It is what it is. I don't think these people are going to make it. I don't think they'll still be together at the reunion. And I will ask James that question once we get through this. We knew Cinco and Jay would leave together, so I'm not even going to get into that. And they making it seem like these couples are like leaving together to move in together. They just ride to the airport. They go hop on different flights. Just the show is trying to like do all this crazy stuff, and I'm like, we know they're not moving in together in real time. But the last people left at the house to talk are Jared and Charlie. Um, he says that he has made the decision not to leave with Charlie, which we all knew was coming. She feels her time was wasted, and she feels like he was wrong to drag her out. Here's my opinion, because I'm not going to keep wasting time. I've said it the whole time. They are both wrong. He was wrong to drag out the relationship with her, making it think it would be something, treating her like they were still a couple and all of this. He was wrong to drag it out. The moment he found out about that child, he should have been done with her. Honestly, the moment he cheated on her, while he talked about he never cheated, he cheated on her because he has a 2-month-old at home too, or a 6-month-old or something. And they've been together for 4 years. So if y'all been together for 4 years, he got a 6-month-old, you got a 2-month-old, you both cheating on each other. They're both wrong. It's just a fact. And honestly, Charlie, if you would have told the truth from the jump about the number of kids you had, or when you got pregnant with that last kid, you probably could have found out sooner than later if he was willing to fuck with you or not. Because it's clear that you've been chasing him this whole time. So she can't be entirely mad at him for being strung along. Because if you would have told him the truth earlier on, you could have avoided this. And he probably wouldn't have even wanted to come on the show with you. But I'm not surprised. Who you think gonna still be together at the reunion, James? And
None of them.
comments.
I don't think any of them are going to be together. I honestly don't. Not even Cinco and Jay. I don't think they'll be together either. I think that these couples, even though they were on, the dating apps or whatever, it just didn't work. I just don't think that this group of couples were just honest. I think they were all deceptive towards each other. I think they
Yeah.
all are, have real personal issues, each one of them, that really causes them to struggle in their dating life because they don't want to address those things. Charlie doesn't want to address the fact that she is a mom of 4 children. She feels like hiding her children are the best thing because she feels like, well, man's going to want her. She said that out of her own mouth. I feel like that is a stupid logic. I know a woman with 6 kids who still was able to get a husband after husband. So it's
Yep.
like you need to stop thinking like that. That is your
Yeah.
self-esteem playing tricks on you. Men like Jared are the reason why you don't have a man. Is because you keep picking men like him who are emotionally unavailable and who really just want women, as like Shana said, for sexual experiences and not so much for the commitment experience. And that's okay. That's what he wants. But sir, I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. Because if you're telling these women you want to be with them and you want a serious relationship, but you really don't, you're deceiving people.
Right. And you're doing it to yourself. And then it's gross. I don't like the way he moves. I'm gonna tell you this: having a bunch of kids ain't gonna stop you from getting a man. Okay, it's just not. I'm saying my mama had 4 kids and was a single parent. This lady done have more husband than I got fingers. It's the truth. Sorry, it is. So it ain't stopping nothing. I got friends with hella kids, multiple baby daddies, all sorts of it. They can all find boyfriends. I got one friend that's been engaged to a cajillion times. Hell, she just like Danielle Staub from Housewives of New Jersey, just constantly got somebody dropping to their knee with a diamond. So
Well,
it's
hell,
sad that Charlie feels that way.
if you can get it, get it. I ain't
Right.
mad at that.
Your
Like
kids
that.
ain't gonna stop you from finding love. Kids is kids. Hell, women make kids. It's part of life. A lot of men don't care. They care about the coochie and having companionship and maybe some food. Like, Lord, Miss AKA said, I had 2 kids when I married my husband. My daughter was 2. Yeah, like this is especially in American culture and society across all races. It's
There's
what
a
it is, and
lot
that's why
of
it was
men
so
tell
strange.
women just because they want to see you struggle and out here being, just alone and stuff because they realize that a lot of times it's your baby daddy that tell you that. A lot of
Yeah,
times it's your baby daddy that tell you ain't no man gonna want you. You washed up with 2 kids, 2, 3 kids. Ain't no man gonna. It's because he can't have you. And y'all women fall for that shit every time. And it's like, I need y'all to stop falling for that. That is a lie. It is a lie that they make up to keep you in one place.
Yeah. Yeah. That is the truth. But it's a sad thing. But yeah, I agree. I don't really think nobody will be together. Shayna's funny as hell. She said the streets say Cinco and Jay still together. They want to win. I'm not surprised if
I'm
they
not
are still
surprised by
together.
that, but I don't see them being together long term.
I
I just
feel
don't see
like
it.
we didn't get the real them
Mm-hmm. I agree.
on the show, so I feel like it's very hard for any of us who watched it to like really judge what it is. But I'm sure they still together. But I don't feel like it will last. I feel like it might last some years and make us like forget about it, but I don't feel like it's gonna like last, if that makes sense. Um, but I mean, if it's working for them, hey, it's working for them. Hell. But yeah, other than that, I don't see anybody else working. I'm curious to see what Claybassia's bitch ass got to say. Can't stand him.
I know. I can't wait for this reunion because I just really want to know. Like, these people are crazy. I just can't with these people.
I'm gonna hit Shayna up also and try and do a live with her. I'm gonna hit her up because everybody's schedule is honestly gone to shit, but we're gonna figure it out. But other than that, you
Yeah,
guys,
once summer is over, y'all, I'll have a normal schedule again. But summer is here. My job has a lot of demands right now. We are behind. So, you know,
mm, yeah,
unfortunately, yeah.
it's gonna be busy for a lot of people. We all have just a lot going on, but we'll still be here. We'll figure it out, you guys. But we thank everybody for watching this live. Please see the links in the description of this video so that you can subscribe to James's channel and both of Shayna's channels as well. We do appreciate everyone for watching the season. We will be recapping the reunion, but other than that, I'm just gonna go to bed and watch this Somebody Son. So
Yes, which will be on my channel tomorrow. And I'm going to tell y'all like this. Miss Charlize ain't safe. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. So for those of y'all who love her, uh, she ain't safe.
that's why she
My
aged.
life, yeah, my life is not gonna be in favor of her, unfortunately.
Mrs. AKA says she'll be there. I appreciate it. Much love to you guys. Go to bed, Shayna. Much
Right?
love and thank you, James.
All right. See y'all later. Bye bye.
Good night.